Hello, everyone, and welcome to the game highlights for the Montreal Expos' final game of the season, where we were playing the Red Bombers with everything on the line. Potential number one seed in the National League, division championship, both teams 9-4, a potential playoff preview even. This was a big game for us, coming off of a loss to the Tigers, but we did not start the way we wanted, as Yvonne Carter gets a hold of the second pitch of the game and hits it onto the top of the shed and over the fence for a leadoff home run. And it was just one of those plays that immediately gave the Bombers confidence and made us a little less confident, which was rare to see. Claudia Villarta follows it up by hitting a perfectly placed grounder down the third baseline. Ernie Steele seems to think this is Mikey Thomas's ball. I disagreed with him and told him as much after the game. But Luann does manage to come back, get two strikeouts, and then Ernie makes a nice play to make up for it, catching the line drive. We are out of that inning, and Pablo Sanchez is determined to immediately even the score, and he hits a towering fly ball to right field. Looks like it might have a chance, but it is caught just in front of the wall. However, in the bottom of the next inning, Vladimir Guerrero gets a hold of one, and he hits it onto the shed for a solo home run of his own. A very good sign for us that Vladimir may be bringing the power back a bit, because we are going to need more than Pablo and Keisha to lead the entire offense when we get to the postseason. Game tied at 1, top of the third. Murray Goldman gets a hold of one, and it looks like the Bombers are going to come right back at us here, trying to get their lead back, but it's a great throw by Keisha Phillips right to Annie Frazier, who puts on the tag, and we get out of the top of the third with no damage. Pablo Sanchez on first in the bottom of the third, and unfortunately Mikey Thomas hits it right to the pitcher for an easy 1-6-3 double play. And in the top of the fourth, the Bombers take that momentum, and Sophie Meyer is going to launch one over the trees in left field to restore the one-run advantage for the Bombers, living up to their name with some of these swings, to be sure. And that made the game 2-1. In the bottom of the fifth, Dante Robinson, trying to get us going, hits a fantastic line drive into right field, but it is well cut off. So Dante probably should have stayed at first. They have him dead to rights at second, and he gets into a rundown, looking for the Bombers to make any sort of mistake. He stumbles, he gets back up, he extends the play as long as he possibly can, eventually running out of energy, and the Bombers made no mistake, eventually, finally tagging him out, and just an unfortunate turn of events there. Bombers threaten in the top of the sixth with a runner on second. Keisha Phillips has a chance to make this catch, but doesn't, and that gives the Bombers first and third. Eventually 2 outs. Anna Goudreau hits an undergrounder that easily scores the run from third base. It wasn't all bad on this play, though, as Ernie Steele makes a great throw to Mikey Thomas, and we get out of the inning. That gives us some momentum, which Pablo Sanchez uses to hit a home run right down the foul line, but it does stay fair and go over the trees for our second solo home run of the game. This time, Pablo Sanchez is able to cut the deficit to 3-2. It was a playoff-like atmosphere at this point. Everyone knew what the stakes were in this game, and Keisha Phillips followed it up with a beautiful line drive of her own right into the corner in left center field. Using her speed, looks to easily have a double, but Tony Del Vecchio spikes the throw, and she makes it to third base. So we have runner on third, 1 out, Vladimir Guerrero up, but he is forced to pop out to the pitcher, and so it comes down to Ernie Steele, and Ingrid Dahlman gets the same result, another pop out to herself, and unfortunately we are unable to tie the game, which leads to a first pitch bomb from Kathy Wolf, who was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and had a 155 average, and that is the type of home run that can just be a backbreaker. Even though the game was only 4-2, there was not a lot of offense, so we were worried. However, later in the inning, with a runner on second, Murray Goldman grounds it to Mikey Thomas, who makes a great tag, and then we get the double play. So we're feeling a little better about ourselves, and Jocinda Smith is going to drop down a crazy bunt, which is unfortunately fielded immediately by the third baseman. Just great defense and an unfortunate turn of events for Jocinda, but the unfortunate events would not stop there, as Dante Robinson also drops down a crazy bunt, gets to second with no problem. And then, unfortunately, this is Dante just overthinking things a little bit. He is anticipating Tony Delvecchio to throw it straight back to the pitcher, but he throws it to the cutoff man, and they pick him off of second base as he quickly turned around, but not quickly enough. And our close calls would not stop there. It is Pablo Sanchez, bottom of the 8th. Beautiful line drive. He's got the double, and with his speed, he feels confident he can make it to third. The throw goes to second, and he is called out. It was unbelievable that he was called out there, but there was nothing we could do. Keisha Phillips leads off the bottom of the 9th with a single. We threaten with 2 runners on and two out. And unfortunately, Dante Robinson strikes out, looking at a number of great potential chances that just got snuffed out in the later innings. But the reality is we did not play well enough to win this game. We did get away with it, as we know, as the Melonheads lost as well. So we are still division champions. We are not the number 1 seed. And now we have to see if we can turn things around for the playoffs.